After 14 years, Alexandra Eala's childhood dog miraculously returns home with a message that left everyone in tears. The morning sun rose gently over Quezon City, spilling golden light across the red clay courts of the Eala family's tennis compound. Alexandra Eala, now 27 and one of the Philippines' most beloved tennis icons, was home between tournaments, something that rarely happened in her globe-trotting career. Her schedule was packed with press events, charity work, and training sessions, yet this morning she had decided to do something simple: jog through her old neighborhood, the same street she ran as a child. It was supposed to be an ordinary run, but that morning would become the most extraordinary of her life. As she jogged past the Eala family gate, her mother, Riza, called out, "Alex, someone's at the door for you." Alex slowed down, wiping sweat from her forehead. "Who is it?" she asked, breathless. Her mother hesitated. I think you should see for yourself." Alex walked toward the gate, heart thumping, curiosity rising, and then froze. There, standing in the morning light, was an old golden retriever with cloudy eyes, a worn red collar, and a gentle, trembling wag of the tail. Alex's hands flew to her mouth. It couldn't be. It couldn't be. But it was. It was Max, her childhood dog, missing since she was 13 years old. The dog who disappeared. When Alex was a young girl, before the fame, before the trophies, before the world knew her name, there was Max. Max had been her shadow, bounding beside her during backyard practices, sleeping at the foot of her bed, licking her tears after tough matches. He was her comfort when tennis felt too big, too hard, too lonely. One rainy night in 2011, during a blackout, Max slipped through an unlatched gate. Despite days of searching posters and even local TV coverage, Max was never found. Alex cried for weeks. Her parents tried to comfort her, but Max had been her best friend, her first silent supporter. As the years went by, her career took off. She trained in Spain, rose through the ITF ranks, and became a household name. But every once in a while, especially when loneliness struck between tournaments, she would whisper a prayer. "I hope you're okay, Max, wherever you are." And then she'd put her headphones on and hit balls until her hands hurt, because that's what Max had taught her to do. Never stop trying. The return that defied logic. Now, 14 years later, the impossible had happened. Alex crouched slowly, her eyes blurring with tears as she called softly, "Max?" The dog tilted his head, that same adorable tilt she remembered from childhood, and then, with a shaky but determined gait, he moved toward her. When his nose reached her hand, she felt the years collapse. The little girl, the teenage champion, and the woman she'd become all meeting in that single heartbeat. Max whined softly, leaning into her touch as though no time had passed. Her mother wept quietly behind her. Neighbors gathered, stunned by the miracle. But what stunned everyone even more was what hung from Max's old collar, a small metal locket. Inside it, wrapped in plastic, was a folded note. The message. Alex's hands trembled as she opened the locket and carefully unwrapped the note. The paper was old and faded, but the handwriting was clear. It read, "To the family of this brave dog, my name is Rosa. I found Max wandering near San Pablo 14 years ago. He was thin, injured, but his spirit was unbroken. I took care of him, and he became part of our family. He was always gentle, and every time he saw a tennis ball, he'd bark and run, as if remembering someone special. I promised Max that when he could no longer run, I would bring him home. He led me here yesterday, stopping outside your gate. I think he knows it's time. Thank you for raising such a kind soul. He gave us joy until his last breath. With love, Rosa." Alex gasped. The word "last breath" hit her like a serve to the chest. She turned toward Max, who now rested peacefully, his head against her lap. He had come home to say goodbye. The goodbye that broke the internet. Within hours, the story spread like wildfire. Alexandra Eala's dog returns after 14 years, dies in her arms. Social media overflowed with tributes, photos, and heartfelt messages. Fans from around the world sent condolences and artwork of Alex and Max together under a glowing sunset. Even tennis stars like Coco Gauff and Rafael Nadal commented online. Animals remember love. This story proves it. Coco Gauff. He waited for his moment to come home. That's real loyalty. Rafael Nadal. In interviews, Alex struggled to hold back tears. He waited for me, she said softly. He waited until I came back. A home full of memories. After the funeral, Alex spent days replaying old memories. She found childhood photos, her in pigtails, Max tugging on her shoelace, Max lying next to her during her first trophy presentation, Max sitting proudly in the background of her very first TV interview. In one photo, 9-year-old Alex had written on the back, "Max, when I win my first title, I'll buy you a golden bone." She laughed through her tears. She had won dozens of titles, yet somehow Max had kept his own kind of gold, his loyalty. She decided to bury him in their garden, under the mango tree where he used to nap. Next to the grave, she placed a tennis ball, engraved with one word, forever. Thought ballooned the dream that changed her. A week after Max's passing, Alex had a dream. She was standing on an empty tennis court under moonlight. Max appeared at the other end, young again, his fur gleaming, his eyes bright. He dropped the tennis ball and barked once, as if to say, "Your serve." When she tried to run to him, he faded slowly into the mist. But before disappearing completely, he looked back and wagged his tail. When Alex woke up, she was crying, but not from sadness. It was peace. It was closure. It was love finding its way back home. The foundation of love. Inspired by Max's story, Alex founded the Max Project, a foundation for rescued and abandoned animals in the Philippines. Its mission was twofold: rescue and rehabilitate stray dogs and cats, provide animal therapy programs for children from low-income communities. She explained her vision during the launch event. "Max taught me compassion, discipline, and loyalty. If we can give even one child that kind of love, through animals or kindness, we've already changed the world." Sparkling heart, the quiet moment. Years later, Alex sat beneath the mango tree, now older, calmer, wiser. Rookie lay beside her, snoring softly. She closed her eyes and whispered, "Hey, Max, thank you." A breeze rustled the leaves, gentle, warm, familiar. She smiled, because she knew some love never fades. It just comes home when the time is right. Dove Bepilog, Forever Home. When the world looks back on Alexandra Eala's incredible tennis career, her titles, her victories, her global influence, there will always be one story that stands apart. Not of forehands or trophies, but of a golden retriever who took 14 years to return home, not to remind her of loss, but to remind her of love. And in that homecoming, the world found something miraculous, that even in endings there can be beginnings, that even after years apart, hearts can still find each other, that sometimes the truest victory isn't won on a court, but in the quiet, tearful moment when love finally returns. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next time.